Acharya, Managing Trustee of markpatent.org. Mr. Mark Pero from USA. And Ms. Carolina Vera Matiz from Colombia. We welcome you all. To welcome Dr. Rajesh Acharya, may I request Mr. Ketan Bhatt to greet him with a bouquet of flowers. I would like to request Ms. Neelam Gadani to present flowers to Mr. Mark Pero. Thank you very much. I would like to request Ms. Dikshita Bhatt to present flowers to Ms. Carolina Vera Matiz. I would like to request Mr. Darshit Shah to present flowers to Sri S. Chandrasekaran. Thank you. Today we have gathered here to get some ideas about the side of intellectual property, which can be acknowledged as the expertise behind idea of how knowledge can influence imagination. Our experienced speakers will be guiding us through a path of enlightenment. Now I take pride to introduce you to our first speaker, Dr. Rajesh Acharya. He is an Indian patent and trademark attorney providing comprehensive as well as strategic advice to both Indian and international clients. His extensive background embraced prosecution and litigation of patents, trademarks, designs, copyrights, and other intellectual property related matters. He is also registered before Canada Patent and Trademark Office. He has authored many books on IP rights related to India and shared his knowledge and experience in them. He is an active member of various Indian and international organizations related to IPR. To speak on the topic, Artificial Intelligence from Brick to Brain, it's my honor to welcome Dr. Rajesh Acharya. Please come forward, sir.
Good morning again. Friend. Artificial intelligence. Can you hear me? It is nowadays very hot topic. For our day-to-day life, also for protection under IPR or artificial intelligence. It is also a very funny subject. We are using this artificial intelligence in our day-to-day life. So first of all, how it started. We'll talk from Industrial Revolution.
The term Fourth Industrial Revolution was coined by the founder of the World Economic Forum, a former professor named Klaus Schwab. Schwab wrote a book with that title to describe an era marked by a technological revolution that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. Let's break that down. Technologies like artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, or the Internet of Things are becoming ingrained in our day-to-day lives and even our bodies. Think of voice-activated virtual assistants, Face ID recognition, or healthcare sensors. Schwab first presented his vision of the Fourth Industrial Revolution at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting here in Davos in 2016. But to understand the idea, we need to go much further back in history, to Industrial Revolution number 1. The first Industrial Revolution started in Great Britain around 1760 and spread to Europe and North America through the early 1800s. It was powered by a major invention, the steam engine. The result? New manufacturing processes, the creation of factories, and a booming textiles industry. From the late 1800s, the Second Industrial Revolution was marked by mass production and new industries like steel, oil, and electricity. The light bulb, telephone, and internal combustion engine were a few of the major inventions of this era. The Third Industrial Revolution, sometimes known as the Digital Revolution, occurred in the second half of the 20th century. In just a few decades, we saw the invention of the semiconductor, personal computer, and the internet. So what separates the Fourth Industrial Revolution from the Third? Experts say the main difference is that technology is merging more and more with humans' lives, and the technological change is happening faster than ever. Consider this. It took 75 years for 100 million users to adopt the telephone. Instagram signed up 100 million users in just 2 years, while Pokemon Go caught that amount in 1 month. 3D printing is just one example of fast-paced technology in the Fourth Industrial Revolution.
So after this, WIPO Director General Francis Gehry said that AI is a new digital frontier that will have a profound impact on the world. It is a reality. We are using artificial intelligence in our day-to-day life in rather almost all aspects of our life. With artificial intelligence, we can on our lights, refrigerator. Before coming to the home, we can start microwave oven. We can off the light just by some time with our mobile phone or by voice command. And let us talk further about AI. It is very funny also. Now I would like to clarify again that AI means artificial intelligence, not Air India. Because in one of the conference, when I put AI, then they told me it is Air India, it is a patent of Air India, it is artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence, the next big thing. But why do we need AI? Here is Alan lying in his grave. Let's go back into time and see what happened. Alan met with a major accident because of driving back home drunk, along with 10,265 other people the same year. Every year this number is increasing. Can we have cars that can drive on its own, that can save people like Alan? Jack is blind. He wishes for a device that could help him to see the world. Meet Olivia. She is visiting Berlin. She cannot understand German signboards. She wishes for a software that can convert those German words in English. Looking at all the scenarios, what do we understand? We need an intelligent machine, which has the power to think, analyze, and make decisions. This is nothing but artificial intelligence. The basic idea is to mimic a human brain inside a machine. For example, if we want a car to drive on its own, we need to train that car based on driver's experience. With AI, people like Alan can sit comfortably in a self-driving car and reach home safely. You will be amazed to know the advancements that have been made in this field. AI has also helped people like Jack. Orcam's My Eye is a small wearable device that has the ability to read printed text from any surface. The device also recognizes faces of individuals as well as identifies products and denominations of currency notes. For Olivia, we have AI-enabled mobile apps that can extract the text from an image and convert it into a different language. Artificial intelligence is not only saving our lives or making it comfortable, but it is also contributing in the field of art. Meet Aaron, the famous painter, which is a computer program. Aaron is able to create very unique and exquisite paintings. AI softwares are even composing music. AI has given us Wordsmith, which can create a unique story for you. It writes articles in newspapers and on internet. We even have Sherlock, an intelligent tutoring system teaching Air Force technicians how to diagnose electrical problems in aircrafts. So clearly, after internet, which has connected the entire world, and microchips without which modern humans cannot survive, AI is the next big thing that is revolutionizing the world.
If this is artificial intelligence, then what is original intelligence? Where is it? Here. And this intelligence has created this intelligence, therefore it is artificial intelligence. But when we go further, we'll find that this artificial intelligence is rather more intelligent than human intelligence. We'll see it later on, because artificial intelligence using the data which is stored into that software or computer, which is far more in capacity than what we have in our mind. So when we are using it, it applies its own logic. Then sometimes this artificial intelligence will not like our intervention. So we'll see further that how far it is good, how far it is bad. Now, when this artificial intelligence started, it is not very new subject. In 1956, the term artificial intelligence is coined at a Dartmouth conference. Then after 1956 to 74, it was a logic-based problem-solving approaches in a very primitive stage. Then 1974 to 1980, with reduced funding and interest in AI research. 1980 to 1987, the rise of knowledge-based expert system started. 1987 to 1993, the second AI winter started with the sudden collapse of the specialized hardware industry in 1997. It was a recession period in AI. And 1993 to 2001, IBM Deep Blue beats world champion Kasparov of chess. So as I mentioned, that it was competing with human brain, and IBM Deep Blue beats world champion Kasparov at chess. Then 2012 till today, increased availability of data, connectedness, computational power allow for breakthrough in machine learning, mainly in neutral network and deep learning. Now, let us study the programming without and with artificial intelligence. Now, we'll find the difference that programming without AI, a computer program without AI can answer the very specific question it is meant to solve. But programming with AI, a computer program with AI can answer the generic question it is meant to solve. Now, modification in the program leads to change in the structure when it is programming without AI. But when programming with AI, it can absorb new modification by putting highly independent pieces of information together. Hence, you can modify even a minute piece of information or program without affecting its structure. Now, programming without AI, modification is not quick and easy. It may lead to affecting the program adversely. While programming with AI, it is quick and easy program modification. Now, categorization of technologies. AI techniques, advanced form of statistical and mathematical models, such machine learning, fuzzy logic, and expert systems, allowing the computation of tasks typically performed by humans. Different AI techniques may be used as a means to implement different AI functions. AI functions applications such as speech or computer vision, which can be realized using one or more AI techniques, and AI application fields different fields, area of disciplines where AI techniques or functional applications may find application, such as transportation, agriculture, or life and medical science. Now you must be aware that now the robot can do surgical operations for a human being. So maybe in near future we may not require surgeon to do the operation. We'll have to just go to some robot center and they will check it, what is wrong with our human body, and they will fix it by operation also. Now, looking first at trends in AI techniques, machine learning predominance representing a massive 89% of filing mentioning these AI techniques and 40% of AI related patents. Machine learning grew by 28% from 2013 to 2016. In the same period, fuzzy logic has grown by 16% and logic programming by 19%. Now, we know something about Sophia, a artificial human being, and Dubai was the first nation to give the citizenship to Sophia. Now I'll talk about Filira. Filira, it was we are using perfumes in our day-to-day life with a different fragrance. So mixing artistic and scientific thoughts into one big pot resulted into Filira, an AI product composition system. With the wealth of data, Filira uses machine learning to generate new scent combination that fit specific design objectives, such as creating unique fragrance for Brazilian millennials. The system includes algorithms that learn and predict alternative raw material components and substitutes that could be used in formula for better fragrance, the appropriate dosing for a raw material based on usage pattern, the human response, pleasantness of the fragrance, and gender appropriateness. So fragrance for male and female, and liking and disliking of different fragrance, and the novelty in the fragrance by comparing it to a large set of commercially available fragrances. So thousands of fragrances available, how it is. Something about fragrance. Now, AI functional applications, computer vision, which includes image recognition, is the most popular. Computer vision was mentioned in 49% of all AI-related patents and grew by 24% during 2013 to 2016. The other two areas in functional applications are natural language processing, 14% of all AI-related patents, and speech processing, that is 13%. The robotics. The robotics industry is booming with thousands of new industrial and service-based robotic innovations being introduced each year. These inventions are impacting the global economy and shaping how we live and work. According to the International Federation of Robotics, more than 1.4 million new industrial robots will be installed in factories around the world by 2019. Protecting robotic innovation is critical to success in the marketplace. So robotic companies should be strategic, file patents early, and so on. Now, Disney has created a stunt robot. Let us look at it.
In this paper, we present Stickman, an acrobatic robot. The robot is composed of 3 links which are able to fold up into a tight tuck. This tucking and untucking action allows the robot to increase and decrease its rate of spin mid-flight. Understanding the motion of the robot and its behavior on a large pendulum allows us to predict capabilities like this backflip. In practice, we are able to reliably generate a single backflip, a double backflip, and a motion which remains level throughout free fall. The robot is equipped with 3 laser rangefinders offset from one another by 12.5 degrees. As it spins through the air, these laser rangefinders encounter the ground at different times and are referred to as the leading, center, and trailing rangefinder. To release from the ceiling, Stickman uses a servo-driven quick-release clamp. After detaching from the ceiling, the onboard microprocessor integrates the signals from a gyroscope to estimate the rotation of Stickman's top link. The graph in the lower right of the image compares this internal estimate to data measured using a motion capture system. When the top link of the robot enters a particular range of angles, we assume that the rangefinders are in position to receive a good return from the ground. The microprocessor then corrects the raw measurements using its knowledge of the respective angles to generate the height data plotted in the graph at the upper right. Here we see the data from the center rangefinder, the leading rangefinder, and the trailing rangefinder, all compared against the ground truth obtained from the motion capture system. The robot uses this height information to inform its calculation of when it should untuck in order to land safely and gently on its back.
So such type of stunt with human intelligence we cannot do it. That only Disney can use this artificial intelligence for such a stunt. Now, what are the applications field? AI application field, the top industries are transportation. 15% of all AI related patents are from transportation, 15% from telecommunication, and life and medicine sciences about 12%. Growing industries are transportation, agriculture, and computing in government with annual growth rates of at least 30% between 2013 and 16. One more thing about an electronic skin tattoo. We are using the tattoos. So let us have what is electronic skin tattoo.
Electronic skin tattoo. Google and Motorola Mobility. This is for those situations when a normal microphone is just too big of a hassle. Google and Motorola Mobility's electronic skin tattoo is practically a wireless microphone that, once attached to someone's throat region, can transmit and receive data from a smartphone or a controller. At first glance, Google's idea might seem silly, but the tattoo's close proximity to the user's vocal cords should reduce noise and improve communication in certain environments. Additionally, Motorola believes the tattoo could be able to detect when someone is lying.
Now, these aren't 100% accurate, right?
Well, you'd be surprised how accurate they are.
Now, this was a patent of Motorola Mobility LLC. It is now assigned to Google. An electronic skin tattoo affixed to a body surface for providing auxiliary voice input to a mobile communication device comprising a microphone, a transceiver for wireless communication with the mobile communication device, a power supply, and a control coupled to the power supply, the receiver, and the microphone. The control operable to receive an initialization signals from the mobile communication devices to initiate reception of an audio stream picked up from the microphone and transmit via the transceiver audio signals for the mobile communication device. Now, nearly 340,000 patent families and more than 1.6 million scientific papers related to artificial intelligence were published from 1960 until early 2018. The number of patent applications filed annually in the artificial intelligence field grew by a factor of 6.5 between 2011 and 2017. In India, the 2018 report of the Artificial Intelligence Task Force focuses on public research, including the funding of an inter-ministerial national artificial intelligence mission to coordinate AI-related activities. The National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence discussion paper also recommends funding for Center of Research Excellence. Niti Aayog has decided to focus on 5 factors that are envisioned to benefit the most from AI in solving secretarial needs. Healthcare, that is first one. Increased access and affordability of quality healthcare. Agriculture, enhanced farmers' income, increase from productivity and reduction of wastage. In education, improve access and quality of education. Smart cities and infrastructure, efficient and connectivity for the burgeoning urban population. Smart mobility and transportation, smarter and safer modes of transportation and better traffic and congestion problem. As far as transportation is concerned, there are the artificial intelligence used in the car talk to car. So when 2 cars are coming nearby, they will take care of each other. They will talk to each other that where it is going, where it is coming, as well as you must be knowing about Google car, which is there is no driver needed. And when I talked to my driver, he told me that what will be my job. It is really we'll have to think about that also. Now, I'll talk something about Indian Patent Act. That Patent Act of 2002 also introduced explicit exclusion from patentability under Section 3 for computer-related invention. We call it a CRIs. Is under a mathematical or business method or a computer program per se or algorithm, a literary, dramatic, musical or artistic work or any other artistic creation, whatever including cinematographic works and television productions, and a made scheme or rule or method of performing mental act or method of playing games, a presentation of information and topography of integrated circuit are not patentable in India under the Indian patent law. Now, particularly question arises how to get the patent for such artificial intelligence patents in India. It is not only if you have drafted the claims and if you have not comprised hardware, it is because artificial intelligence we generally consider it is only software based. If you have not included hardware into that, so there will be examination report that where is the hardware. There were hearing objection also into this. It was first examination report objections about non-patentability because there was no hardware, and after inclusion of hardware along with software, then it is hearing objections were there. Then after the patents were granted, the claims with when we have integrated or if you put some hardware into that, then the patent can be granted. So it is always subject matter everywhere about artificial intelligence, how the patent can be granted. So these are the granted claims. It was argued that claim invention is implemented through various hardware features, structural components, and the reference numerals for these features have been incorporated to impart clarity. Further, we submit that the claim invention provides for communication of data to and fro a mobile node using internet protocol by establishing a GDP tunnel based roaming, that is a roaming link between the home network and the visiting network. Now, one thing you will be much more aware about, very popular Alexa, and afterwards also it is Google Home. So let us see. This is artificial intelligence sometime.
Say hello to Echo Dot, a compact speaker that's controlled by your voice and Alexa. It's got a new look and a new speaker with improved sound. It's designed to fit almost anywhere, like your bedroom, the kitchen, or your desk, and can play all your favorite music from all your favorite places. Alexa, play music for studying.
Here's a station you might like.
Alexa, start my day. With Alexa routines, it's easy to turn on the lights, turn up the heat, and more with a single command. Alexa can also check your schedule, get you caught up, and keep dinner on track. Alexa, set a pasta timer for 12 minutes.
Pasta timer for 12 minutes, starting now.
Best of all, Echo Dot and Alexa are always getting smarter and adding new features and skills. Echo Dot from Amazon.
These are some very, very positive things talk here about Alexa. The similar thing is Google Home. Now you know that this Alexa, it works as a spy also in your home. And it was an incident in US, in state of Oregon, was in a shock last year when the Amazon Echo devices at her Portland home recorded a private conversation and then shared it with one of her husband's employee in the Seattle. Is Alexa recording your bedroom talk? Be careful, because it may lead to divorce. So be careful always. It works as a spy. And maybe in this case, Amazon has clarified that Alexa mistakenly heard a series of commands and sent the recording as a voice message to one of the husband's employees. But when you ask your employee or your technician to install this device in your home, you also play the mischief. And whatever you are doing at home, you will give the command before installation in your home, record all the things. Maybe in near future, Amazon will come with a camera also. So it will capture your pictures, which you don't want. And it will be shared in your Facebook or somebody's Facebook. So this artificial intelligence, it is good as well as it is dangerous also sometimes. Now, ethical issues in artificial intelligence. It is an article was published by the World Economic Forum has identified only top 9 ethical issues in artificial intelligence. That is, first is unemployment, because everything will be done by this artificial intelligence for you. And what happened after the end of the job? As my driver rightly said that if you have a car without driver, then where I'll go? Inequality. How do we distribute the wealth created by the machines? So are we going to part our wealth to machine also. Humanity. How do machines affect our behavior and interaction? Artificial stupidity. How can we guard against such mistakes as it was happened by this Alexa? Then racist robots. How do we eliminate artificial intelligence bias? Sometime artificial intelligence will take over us. They will not do as we like. Then security. How do we keep AI safe from adversaries? Then evil genies. How do we protect against unintended consequences? Singularity. How do we stay in control of a complex intelligent system? And robot rights. How do we define the human treatment of AI? And also, when something is created by AI, whether it is a picture or if it is produce some 3D pictures, if it creates some machine, then who is the owner of that, and to whom the patent of copyright will be granted in future? It is a very important issue. And so adopt the AI, but with very cautious mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. As a gesture of thanks, I request Shri S. Chandrasekaran to present the memento and certificate to Dr. Rajesh ACHARYA. Thank you, sir. Again, I request him to present the memento and certificate to Mr. Mark Peroff. Again, I request him to present the memento and certificate to Miss Carolina Vera Matiz. Thank you very much, sir.